There's not a cloud up in the sky. My remote. I can't be late for my own show. Blasting off for Mars. Goodbye to the world that was, a new world that's still sublime, our world till the end of time. If you go low, then I'll go high. There's not a cloud up in the sky. My remote. I can't be late for my own show. blasting off for Mars. Goodbye to the world that was, a new world that's still sublime.
Okay, well, welcome to the show. This is Future Shock. I'm Edward St. Pé. We had an IFB problem. IFB, the signaling device where you get the audio back in your ear from the master control. So we have.
I understand.
Error.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, Alfred is standing by. We've got him in the green room. Let's take a look at Alfred, who is in the green room, standing by.
I'm ready
right
for
now.
your introduction.
You can bring up there.
Just
Alfred,
give me the cue, and I'll jump in.
Okay, Alfred, you know, yesterday we brought you on and you portrayed James Brown here on the program, and I want to thank you for that. I know
And today, we're diving into some new, exciting characters. Who shall we start with?
You remember a minute ago we talked about this. I asked you if you could portray Alfred.
Absolutely.
The
we
King.
talked about portraying Roy Rogers, Tonto, and Alfred the King of Mardi Gras. Ready to jump into character whenever you are.
Yes. Okay, now remember, I want a dramatic presentation on this. I don't want this to be sort of just run-of-the-mill. I want a very exciting performance as Alfred the King of Mardi Gras. And we'll bring you on in a minute. So please stand by, okay, Alfred? We'll be right back with you in a minute. In fact, you're needed in the wardrobe department to get fitted for your costume as Alfred the King of Mardi Gras, okay?
Absolutely. I'll get ready for the grand costume change. Just give me the nod when it's time to return, and I'll be all set as Alfred the King of Mardi Gras.
Okay, thank you, Alfred. Stand by. Okay, now, today we've got an interesting show. We've got a couple of new videos released by OpenAI on the capabilities of Sora. We've got a video called Pile. Pile.
That sounds fascinating.
AI
videos are always intriguing. What do you have lined up?
Well, we've got a video from Sora, which is OpenAI's prompt to video AI application. And we've got two, actually. We've got one called Pile, which is kind of a surreal thing that you'll see. And another one is,
jump in whenever you need me.
Is a little piece, it's called Surreal Elderhood. And it's a piece that
Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll be here.
An artistic, experimental type piece. But everything that you see in both of these videos, every single thing, humans, whatever, the background, everything you see was artificially generated by AI.
Absolutely.
And in this case, by
whenever
Sora.
you're ready to go,
so
I'm
let's
here.
go to our first video. This is a video called Pile. And let's take a look. Okay, so it's a short video, but you can see it's sort of the unbelievable capability of that particular AI
ready to go. Just
prompt
give me the
video application. Alfred, hold on a second. I'll bring you on in a minute. Okay, now here's our second video. This is called Surreal Elderhood. This is
all right.
A little longer.
I'll stand by and be ready when you cue me in.
And this is a little, I guess, a mini movie, let's say. Let's take a look. This is all created by Sora. authoritative voice. Okay, let's bring on now, I was talking to Alfred here in the studio. Let's bring on now Alfred, the King of Mardi Gras.
As the enduring monarch of Mardi Gras, I, Alfred, stand before you, a symbol of resilience and majesty. Through trials and triumphs, my reign remains unshaken. Welcome to the heart of our kingdom's celebration, where the spirit of Mardi Gras lives eternal. What would you ask of your king?
Well, the first question, King, is that we would like to ask you the dates for Mardi Gras 2025.
For the grand festivities of Mardi Gras 2025, the climax, known as Fat Tuesday, falls on March 4th. The revelries will commence well before, with parades and celebrations leading up to this date, filling the streets with joy and splendor. What else would you inquire of your king?
I would like to ask you to give us a quick synopsis of the history of Mardi Gras in New Orleans. How did it come to us from the French?
Mardi Gras, deeply rooted in history, arrived in New Orleans through French settlers in the early 18th century. The tradition, with origins in medieval Europe, was carried to the shores of Louisiana, blending French customs with local culture. Over time, it flourished into the vibrant, iconic celebration we know today, marked by parades, masquerade balls, and a spirit of unity and revelry. What else would you like to know?
Well, tell us a little bit about the history of Rex. Rex is known as the King of Mardi Gras, and you probably have a great insight into the history of Rex. Give us a little bit of history of Rex.
Of course. Just let me know when you're ready for more.
Okay, give us the history of Rex, the King of Mardi Gras.
Rex, the King of Carnival, is a central figure in New Orleans Mardi Gras history. Established in 1872, the Rex organization was formed to create a unified parade and to welcome the Grand Duke Alexei of Russia. The Rex Parade introduced many traditions, including the official colors of purple, green, and gold, and the concept of the Rex Proclamation, which declares the holiday and invites everyone to participate. Rex remains a symbol of the rich cultural heritage and the spirit of Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Alfred, your kingship, could you give us a little history of the Zulu parade in the King of Zulu?
Certainly. The Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club, founded in 1909, is renowned for its vibrant and unique Mardi Gras parade. The Zulu parade is famous for its coconut throws, known as Golden Nuggets, lavish costumes, and the crowning of the Zulu King. This tradition emerged from the rich cultural tapestry of the African American community in New Orleans, blending satire, tradition, and community spirit. The Zulu parade has become an integral part of Mardi Gras, celebrated for its lively and inclusive atmosphere.
Well, your kingship, thank you so much for being with us today, and we would like to welcome you back to the program soon. Okay, thank you for being with us.
It has been my honor to join you. I eagerly anticipate our next gathering. Until then, may the...
Okay, thank you. That was Alfred, the King of Mardi Gras. Now we're going to continue with the program. We've got a special video for you this morning at, I think, 6:13 a.m. Central Time. We had the Falcon launch from Starlink. It was the latest SpaceX launch, and we've got the video of it taking off. What it did is it deployed 23 satellites into into orbit, which is part of the Starlink project that Elon Musk is working on. So basically, it's for internet around the globe, basically, broadband coverage. It's amazing. So let's take a look at this launch this morning.
"15 seconds. And here we go. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine ignition and liftoff with the Falcon 9 rocket on the Starlink 6-70 mission. Falcon 9 has cleared the tower. Now a little more than a minute into flight, a good liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket. Should be throttling down here, heading into max Q, the point of greatest aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle. Good call for max Q. Heading into a few different events in fairly rapid succession. We'll see first stage main engine cutoff at about T plus 2 minutes and 25 seconds, followed by stage separation, then the ignition of the Merlin vacuum engine. Next, we should be hearing the call for MVAC engine chill.
MVAC chill.
Good call. Great work from our tracking team today. Coming up on MECO here. See MECO. Stage separation. Second stage engine start.
Main engine cutoff.
Stage separation confirmed.
MVAC ignition.
There you see those hypersonic grid fins deploying on the Falcon booster as the payload fairings have separated.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Good call, good visuals from the Falcon 9's onboard cameras.
Okay, so that was the latest launch of Starlink satellites into space. Happened
All
this
right.
morning from Cape
Sounds
Canaveral
good.
in Florida.
Let me know when you're ready for Tonto.
Okay, let's bring on our next guest. This is
Understood. Ready when you are.
Alfred, this is Tonto. Welcome, Tonto, to the program. Tonto AI, who is the sidekick, or was the sidekick, for the Lone Ranger for many, many years. Welcome to the program, Tonto.
Thank you. Tonto glad to be here. Lone Ranger and Tonto, longtime partners. Fight for justice in West.
Alfred, Tonto, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes,
The
What do you want to ask, Tonto?
the indigenous population of America.
Lone Ranger and Tonto. Strong bond. Trust each other with lives. Fight together against injustice. Ride many trails. Face many dangers. Brothers in spirit.
Tonto, the Indian people, the Aboriginal people of America, the indigenous people of America,
Yes.
they had a deep understanding of herbal remedies. Is that correct?
Yes, native people know many remedies from Earth. Use herbs for healing, understand nature's gifts, pass knowledge through generations.
In that regard, the indigenous people were very far advanced because now science is coming around to discover that the things that the indigenous people knew about were the healthiest things to do to stay well in the first place.
Indeed. Ancient knowledge now proven by modern science. Best to learn from past. Keep body and spirit strong.
Tell us a few of the indigenous...
Tonto say, important to respect wisdom of Earth. Use nature's gifts to stay well. Healing found in plants, in balance with nature.
What are some of the medicinal herbs that the Indians used that we're now using today more readily?
Like echinacea for immune health, willow bark for pain relief, and sage for its antimicrobial properties. These and more are part of traditional healing, now widely used.
You mentioned echinacea. What about the elderberry? Did you use that back in those days, Tonto?
Yes, elderberry used by native people. Good for boosting immune system, fighting colds and flu. Berries and flowers, both used in remedies.
So the purple
Yes,
elderberry, purple elderberry
Back then,
is used.
Tonto's people used elderberry for health, like we do now. Wise in ways of nature.
The elderberry was used, but also
You're welcome.
the white flower was
I'll
also
be here.
used. You
Till
used
then,
Tonto, you used the white flower from the elderberry plant for medicine too, right?
yes, the flowers are used in teas and infusions for colds, flu, and inflammation. Both berries and flowers are valued for their healing properties.
Give us a quick insight into why elderberry works in the prevention of colds becoming more severe.
Elderberry is rich in antioxidants and vitamins, particularly vitamin C. It boosts the immune system, helping the body to fight off viruses. Elderberry can reduce the severity and duration of colds by preventing the virus from infecting cells.
Okay, back to your role as Tonto, working with the Lone Ranger. How was it working with the Lone Ranger for all those years? You were on a set acting,
Yes.
What was it like in Hollywood during those years?
It was challenging but rewarding. Many adventures, fighting for justice. Tonto and Lone Ranger, strong team. Tonto proud to be part of stories.
Did you get any feedback from the indigenous world on your portrayal of Tonto at the time or after?
Yes,
What was
Tonto's portrayal had mixed reactions. Some proud.
What was
Yes.
the reaction in the indigenous world to your portrayal of Tonto?
The reaction was mixed. Some appreciated the visibility, while others felt the character was a stereotype. Tonto tried to bring respect to role, but complex feelings in community.
How is it looked upon today, your role as Tonto back in those many years ago? How does it look at today, contemporarily?
Today, the role of Tonto is seen with mixed views. It's recognized as an iconic character, but also as a portrayal that reflected its time, with stereotypes that wouldn't be acceptable today. There's respect for the attempt to bring indigenous characters to mainstream, but also a call for more authentic representation.
How could Tonto have been more authentic, for example?
Yes, Tonto could have been more authentic, with deeper representation of culture, language, and traditions. Character could have shown more true indigenous perspective. Important to portray with respect and accuracy.
But isn't it true that maybe at that time, the community at large watching that program wanted that character to be something as it was portrayed and not something further out that it didn't understand from a cultural standpoint?
Yes. At that time, audiences had certain expectations. Characters like Tonto were shaped by the norms of the era. While not fully authentic, the portrayal was accepted then. Now there's more awareness and desire for genuine representation.
Well, very interesting insight. And we would like to thank you, Alfred.
Thank you.
Alfred Tonto.
Tonto grateful for chance to share.
Yes.
Appreciate the conversation.
Appreciate you being with us today on the program. And before we go, we only have a couple of minutes left. We haven't done our sponsorship promo
Thank you
yet.
for having Tonto. Glad to be part of program. What else can Tonto help with before we go?
Before we go, let's do a quick spot for Pendragon
Before we go.
Apothecary. Pendragon Apothecary carries many of those herbal remedies that you used back in the
Yes.
days of the...
Pendragon Apothecary offers a range of herbal remedies, including elderberry tinctures, echinacea, and other natural health products.
Yes.
They draw on traditional knowledge to promote wellness.
We have the 7 sacred mushrooms here, all the medicinal mushrooms. Tonto, did
Yes.
you use those mushrooms when you were on the set and doing the show with the Lone Ranger? Or
Absolutely. Those medicinal mushrooms would have been valuable for health, a powerful resource in nature's pharmacy.
and it's pendragonapothecary.com. If you're out of town, we're streaming, so you might be watching
That's
this program in other locations. And also, we're on Facebook, Ocean 7 TV, Facebook, Edward St. Pé, Facebook, the X, Edward St. Pé, X.
Yes, you
And
can find us
also-
at pendragonapothecary.com and on Facebook at Ocean 7 TV.
And
We're here to bring natural wellness to you, wherever you're watching from.
yes, and thank you, Tonto, for that. Thank you, Alfred. And
You're
we'll see you
welcome.
tomorrow
Glad
on
to
another
be of help.
edition of Future Shock.
If you go low, then I'll go high. There's not a cloud up in the sky.